Bean, and I'm at my wit's end. I don't know how I'm ever going to cope. But Charlie Bean refuses to do her chores around the house, like combing the sandbox or shining the swing set. How she despises making her bed. And Melissa, she thinks she's living at the Plaza. Room service, she cries all day and night, expecting me to drop everything and bring her oatmeal, which of course I do because it's a wonderful source of high fiber. I hope this is the party to whom I'm speaking, Mrs. Piggle, because the children are skittering over to your house even as we speak. Please do what you can, Mrs. Piggle, because it...
Oh, welcome home, Mrs. Piggle.
I have never seen such a storm. It's raining toads and lizards. Mrs. Bean sounds in a tizzy.
You've been receiving calls like that all morning. Mrs. Moohead says Egbert won't help the goldfish do its jumping jacks, and Grandma Windsproggle says Pergola forgot to take out the trash, and that Fetlock won't empty the dishwasher, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah, you know what that means.
Third hat on your left, uppermost branch.
Exactly right. The Chores cure. What are you reading, Howard?
There's an article here about Uncle Nathaniel, who served as official rocking chair to 5 presidents. Don't you think it's time that I graced the pages of this venerable publication?
Oh, I don't know, Howard. It seems to me that in order to be in that magazine, you'd need to be... Oh, I don't know how to put this. Chopped down.
Not necessarily. Perhaps you're acquainted with the Edifice Rex Award. Each year, it's bestowed upon the house with the most unusual decor. Well, call me proud, call me shy, call me Howard, but what's more unusual than a hat tree? Oh, allow me. One Chores hat to go.
Thank you, Howard. Oh, one thing I know about this house, nothing is more appreciated than a hat tray.
Oh.
Boy, it's really pouring.
Well, come on in. I have just the antidote for your rampant goosebumps. I hate cold marshmallows and hot cocoa on a stormy day, don't you? Warm marshmallows are so much more functional.
You bet. Sorry I didn't call first, but if I didn't skedaddle over here, I'd be stuck emptying the dishwasher. And I hate doing chores.
Hold that marshmallow.
I just had to get out of the house. Mom wanted me to take out the trash again, and I absolutely, positively refused.
We'll have no trash talking in this house. And I won't share that chore with anyone. I love to take out the trash in the morning. The trouble is, they only collect the garbage once a week.
Oh, I promise I'll never want to take it out.
Never?
Never, ever.
Then you can come in.
Can you imagine? Mom actually expects us to work around the house.
Go ahead, make my bed. Gross. And my mom wanted me to help the goldfish do jumping jacks. That chore's a bore.
I imagine this is the only chandelier in town that's put to any real use. Most of them simply hang from people's ceilings. So dysfunctional. who that could be. Oh, careful not to burn it. Here, now, turn it ever so slowly. That's it. You want them golden brown so they melt deliciously in your mouth.
You got it.
Mrs. Piggle Wiggle, I'm a busy man, so let's get down to it.
Oh, by all means.
In addition to my usual duties as Chief Inspections Officer of Playground Standards and Children's Practices, I am chairman of the Edifice Rex Award Committee. Much to my surprise, you have been selected as one of the finalists.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. And shall we terminate this verbal jousting?
But I didn't know I was even nominated.
Unfortunately, you were a write-in selection. A Dr. Howard or some such person, I believe.
Aren't you a darling for coming all the way out here to tell me?
Only because I needed your signature on this acceptance form.
All righty, where do I sign?
Here, and 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 here. In past years, the Edifice Rex Award has been given to the home with the most unusual decor. But this year, since I, Norbert Wainwright, am chairman of the committee, a new criteria has been added. The house must also be immaculate, spotless, neat as a pin. In other words, I shall return here in 27½ minutes' time with a blue ribbon panel of judges. And you don't exactly look like a shoo-in.
Whoa, that was great.
We saved one for you.
Perfectly roasted.
What are we gonna do now, Mrs. Piggle Wiggle?
Actually, I intended to spend the whole evening doing household chores, but now I have to do them sooner.
Well, don't do them now. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, the reason I came over here was Mom wanted me to wash dishes. Dishes, dishes, dishes. Wash, dry, put away. It's a vicious cycle.
That's a funny thing, you know, that you hate to wash dishes, because I'm just the opposite. I enjoy washing dishes so much that it is a constant source of disappointment that I have only 3 or 4 dirty dishes per meal.
Oh, you actually like doing that stuff?
Oh, I surely do. Chores are a wonderful thing.
I know what you're up to, Mrs. Piggle Wiggle. You get someone to think the job you got to do, like, say, washing dishes is a bear of laughs, then they get stuck doing it. You can't fool me, because I read that book.
I wouldn't dream of giving up the pleasure of doing chores.
You wouldn't?
Absolutely not. Chores are way beyond a barrel of laughs, or even monkeys, or even chocolate chip strawberry fudge ice cream melted to just the right consistency to swizzle around your spoon, now that I think of it.
No way.
Well, come and see for yourselves. If you find it hard to make beds, Charlie, just think how difficult it is for me. The cruel queen sleeps in this bed and inspects it every morning. If she finds a single wrinkle, even as small as a pin, she will have me thrown into the dungeon. The secret of a well-made bed is to throw the covers way back. You can't simply smooth it because there might be a wrinkle down at the foot, which of course the cruel queen will find and...
The dungeon!
That's right.
I don't care. I hate making beds.
That's because you're seeing with your eyes, Charlie, and not your imagination.
My what?
Your imagination, dear. When I make a bed, I imagine that I am a beautiful princess locked up in the castle.
Too cool.
And now, my lords and ladies, I must make every bed in the castle. There are 3,224 of them, or else I will be locked up in the dungeon for a year.
How can you make so many beds in a day?
That is where imaginary friends come in very handy.
Yeah, right.
Whoa! It's Norbert.
Now, how did you know that?
Yeah, how did you? I just used my imagination, I think.
Well, it isn't Norbert, really. What you're all seeing is what Charlie has created with imagination. She wanted Norbert, she got Norbert.
Whoa!
Thank you, but I'm perfectly capable of introducing myself. I am the Knight of the Living Bed.
I am the local princess, and these are the lords and ladies of the castle.
Honored to make your acquaintance. Assisting fair maidens in the changing of bed linens beats slaying dragons by a country mile. Besides, have you checked out the rates for liability insurance? Most of the round table's already out of business. Allow me.
You know, this isn't so bad. Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, come on, fella. This is fun.
Crazy. You're not catching this man in tights. No way.
Not a wrinkle, not a single lump. No dungeon for this princess. Good night. You have done a splendid deed this day.
It is my honor and privilege, fair maiden.
Wow, what's that?
The summons. I must bid thee adieu, for I am needed to capture a dragon.
Wow, how do you do that?
With a dragonet, of course.
That's one knight who shouldn't give up his day job.
What's that noise?
Betty! Oh, I almost forgot. Oh, Betty, I'm so sorry. I know it's time for your dance class. She depends on me. She's not old enough to drive. Now, my dears, absolutely no chores while I'm away. I don't want to miss any of the fun. I'll be back before Norbert and his committee return. You're in charge, Melissa. Hasta la vista.
What do we do now? Let's have some more fun.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you actually had fun playing dress up?
No, we had fun making the bed.
Yeah, and cleaning the room.
Doing chores? No way!
Yeah, I'm going back up to use my imagination.
Hey, wait for me.
I'm staying down here and find something of my own to do. Me too. Let's have some fun.
I'm hungry.
I don't want to be a princess. I want to be a queen. Me! Gesundheit.
Thank you, Your Royal Highness.
Who's that?
It is I, Your Highness.
The tree?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Oh, Egbert, a tree is talking to me. I didn't hear a thing. Well, that's because I'm using my imagination and you're not. it. I'm trying. All right. Yes, it's good to be the king.
Hello, Your Majesty. Achoo!
I heard him.
I'm so allergic to dust. Oh, I'm most grateful you've come at last. Here is your scepter, oh, Queen of Dust.
Thank you. You really are talking, aren't you?
Oh, your imagination is working wonders, Your Majesty. And here is your scepter, oh, King of Grime.
Neat.
I do hope you can save me from my terrible plight. Oh, every time I sneeze, I lose more leaves. I'll be bare to the bark if you don't do something soon.
Just watch my dust.
Oh, and furthermore, there's a bit of grime on the front windows, just enough to block out the sunshine. You know how it is when you have chlorophyll in your veins. You've simply got to catch a few rays now and then.
No sweat. I'd windows. Done. How does it look? Hello in there. Weird. Imagination is an amazing thing. Melissa, too, we put our imaginations to work. Yeah, and we had so much fun.
Yeah, us too.
Whoa! Oh, Gertrude!
What's that?
Howdy, ma'ams. Your Highnesses?
It's Pete, Mr. Piggle Wiggle's delivery man.
Well, it's not really Pete, Charlie. It's only our imagination.
That's right, ma'am. I'm mighty glad to see you all. I'm being trailed by that ornery outlaw, Rance Blaggett. He wants to steal all the gold I'm carrying for the Pony Express. No matter what I do to shake him, he keeps finding me.
So I see.
I'm plumb tuckered out. It takes a lot out of a man and his horse to ride the Wigglesburg Trail from start to finish.
Not there. We just made the bed, and if you sit on it, they'll know you were here.
Mighty good thinking, youngster.
They'll find you unless we can cover your tracks. I got it! A vacuum!
Incarnation! This is the gall darnest contraption I've ever seen. How's it work?
I'll show you.
Mighty neighborly of you. Whoa! This is fun!
Not so fast! Easy does it. Forward and back, real smooth.
Whoa! Yeah! This sure beats punching cows.
I want to help. Me too. All right.
Whoa! Thanks, you sodbusters. Y'all do good work. Adios, muchachos.
Wow.
What imagination!
I told you it worked. We've got to tell Fetlock.
Excellent. No chore in the world is better than Mrs. Piggle Wiggle's supercharged, extra delicious, nutritious chocolate chip cookies. I hate washing dishes. On the other hand...
Finally, you showed up!
Huh?
Whoa, looks like Fetlock's finally putting his imagination to work.
I am the Prince of Hip. And when it comes to chores, I take no lip. I am the Prince of Hip.
Well, you don't exactly look like the kind of prince I had in mind, but I've been waiting 232 years for someone to break the spell. I wasn't born this repulsive, you know.
You remind me of someone I know. Mr. Piggle Wiggle's sister Wanda.
That's your imagination, frog breath. Come on, shake a leg.
Well, what do I have to do?
Piece of cake, Pollywog Puss. Just plant a juicy one right there.
I think this spell is much too big for a lowly prince like me. What you need is a king.
Forget about it, Fetlock. This isn't my imagination, it's yours.
Couldn't we, negotiate here? How about a firm handshake?
What's the matter, Toadtooth? Don't you like my snaz?
No, it's a nice nose. A beautiful nose. It's just that there's got to be another way to do this.
Well, you could do the dishes.
And what'll that do?
I used to be a very good-looking dish before the evil witch placed a curse on me.
Huh?
Dishes.
You got it.
And we'll help.
Whoa!
Toodaloo, gotta go. They're back. They're back.
I know. Let's head upstairs and surprise her.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Let's go.
I'm seeing double. I'm seeing double. Yoo-hoo, where are you?
Surprise, surprise.
Betty found
Oh.
a dancing partner in class. They did the part and do it together. Perhaps I'll have to quadruple the vegetarian surprise for dinner tonight. Oh, no. Oh, you've done all the chores and left none for me.
We couldn't help ourselves.
Pete needed to get the gold through, but the outlaws were following his trail.
I see.
There's so much dust and grime. The tree talked to us and said his leaves would keep falling off.
The tree talked?
Just in my imagination, of course.
Of course. Well, I imagine I won't be needing this anymore. There is just one more job to do. I'm sure you will find no problems with it. Milk and cookies for everyone.
If you don't mind, Mrs. Piggle, I think it's time for me to go home. I want to show Mom what imagination could do.
And I want to vacuum the living room and the garage. And I want to dust some more.
I bet there's a ton of dishes to put away. I just hope Mom didn't beat me to them.
And what about you, Egbert? What chore will it be for you?
I do windows. Even if it was my imagination, you're the nicest tree I ever met.
Must be Norbert and his committee. Edifice Rex. Let's go for it.
Well, hello. Come right in. So good to see you.
Yes, well, I'm not sure you'll feel that way when we're finished. Ladies, I want you to inspect every nook and cranny.
Ladies, welcome to Casa del Piggle. I want you to feel perfectly at home. And please, by all means, don't overlook my magnificent hat tree. He comes from a distinguished line of lumber. This is nerve-wracking.
Yes, I feel as if an entire army of termites is jitterbugging up and down my insides.
This is
This is old Biddy Bumpyschnickel, Chief Inspections Officer of Household Standards and Peephole Practices. I file this report highly,
Suspect.
highly,
Irregular.
highly,
Piggle.
picture perfect.
What? I'm very proud and happy to present you, Mrs. Piggle Wiggle, with the esteemed Edifice Rex Award for the home with the most unusual decor. And it's neat as a pin.
Wait, ladies, you want a shot of my lovely tree.